Okay, here's your wire strippers. This is a close-up. These here are your little holes that you see. Some of these come with these and some of them don't. See those extra holes there? All them round holes are for different size screws that you can put in and use as a cutoff. So make sure when you buy strippers they have those, because some of them don't, or they only have one or two. I chose these strippers because it has so many different functions that you can use. So that's one thing to look at when you're buying your wire strippers. Now I'll show you how they cut. So if you've ever had to change out a fixture, or a lot of times you're, like when I do coach lights, that's the lights outside of your garage or side entry doors, you know, the little porch light. If it's a block home, sometimes they give you packs of screws and they're a little bit too long. So I'm going to open this up. And these holes here are 4 different size screws. So you can stick your screw in here, find out where it needs to be, and then take off that little bit, whatever you need. And you can do it any size. So if you were that much too long, you can take that little bit off, and you ain't got to worry about bottoming out into stucco block. Maybe the box is in there a little different. Maybe you're doing something in a ceiling where, you know, sometimes like our condos, they have flat boxes, and if the screws are too long, then, you know, it's going to hit the concrete ceiling, you know, because the ceilings are only, I think they're 1.5 inches maybe it's not much. So I do carry all kinds of different size screws, but when they come in a package like this with the fixture, use these quick. You ain't got to get off the ladder. Another way, if you find that you're coming across screws that or bolts or anything else that are real thick, or you can't use something like this, well, you're going to have to cut it off. Depending on what you're using, you can use a cutoff, you can use, you can use a bandsaw, you can use a grinder, you can use a hacksaw, whatever. One way to keep the threads good, a lot of people cut them and then they can't get the threads right, or they messed up the threads. One of my tricks is, and a lot of guys do this, you put the bolt, or the nut on the bolt, right to where you want to cut at. Then you have something flat to go against. You can cut that off even, and when you back this up over where you've cut, cleans your threads right back up, and you have good threads where your nut was. So that's another quick trick for you. It's a good tip, good to practice. That way you're not messing up the threads on any of your fasteners. You guys take care.